Hey guys, this is Red Silvers and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Bros. 3. Since last time I got up a bunch of Tanuki suits, but I also went to World 3 and got a frog suit. See, I kinda misspoke last time. You don't actually have to beat the game to be able to go back to previous worlds. You can go back to any world that's a lower number than the one that you're in. However, only your most recent world will save changes to the map, such as breaking down that hammerable rock over here, or, for example, clearing out fortress doors. If you clear a fortress, the game will save that, but only in the most current world that you're in. So changes to World 4 get saved, but when you go back to World 3, it's a clean slate. So I made a stop back in World 3 to pick up a second frog suit, for the purposes of showing off something in World 4. So with that being said, we're going to head into World 4 too, where we're going to be wanting to collect all the coins again for a white mushroom house. So our magic number is going to be 30. 24 coins plus the 6 we have to get a grand total of 30. So you don't have to do this Tanuki suit thing. It's just that I figured that it'd be fun to show off, and I'll be doing little things like that just because I wanted to make these videos a little more unique. As you've already seen, the Tanuki suit has the ability to turn into a statue and can stomp all kinds of enemies that you normally couldn't, which is why it's a favorite of mine. Stomping piranha plants is one of my favorite tricks, and maybe I'll be able to show off some others as well. There's a P-switch there, but we're going to bypass that for a moment. Let's go ahead and get rid of... Well, we missed the piranha plant thanks to that fish. There we go. Because he'll actually stay dead. These fish are going to respawn. We can't do anything about that. But we're just kind of clearing out those coins before we hit that P-switch. Because if you don't do that, then they become brick walls and they kind of hang you up a little. And then we'll get this star, and that will enable us to not worry about those cheap sheeps as we get the rest of the coins. So we're off to a pretty good start. We're probably going to be doing a lot of World 4 today, actually. There's our white mushroom house. I'm not actually going to pick that up because I have a full inventory. And I do have a little bit of a dilemma here because of that hammer brother. Why couldn't you wait till the next turn to come over here? So I guess we'll just use up a star so that we can get his item. This one might be a P-wing, but I think it's actually going to be a Jugum's Cloud. Okay. Since I'm doing all the stages, I'm actually not going to need those clouds. So why don't I just get rid of those now? There we go. Clear out some of the clutter. And we'll worry about that mushroom house and that white mushroom in a moment. Oh, no! Ah, I got stunned by the Sledge Brother and I lost that Tanuki suit. Not a big tragedy since we have so many of them. Although jumping right into him didn't really help matters. You can take either pipe here to come down here to the underground section, which is an odd little kind of a platform heavy area. And with no tail, this is going to be a little bit interesting because you get to make a lot of Koopa jumps. And that one was just Mario putzing around, I guess. Well, since we're over here, let's go ahead and grab these items. So just to clarify, odd number worlds you get a P-wing by finding the white chest, and in even numbers you get the anchor. Wasn't too worried about getting an anchor in World 2 because I only really need one anchor, and that's more of an insurance thing than necessarily needing it. But since we have all the Tanuki suits, let's go ahead and use another one. not let these Sledge Brothers stun lock us again. See, just to show you can use the same pipe. Alrighty. Having any kind of tail power makes this stage a lot easier because you don't have to deal with the Koopa jumps, which is a very important Mario skill to have. And if you didn't have one, well, there's a leaf if you were powered up. And the weird Koopa jumps is kind of the theme of this underground area. It's a little bit different platforming with a lot of slopes and long jumps. Kind of help you get more competent with Mario's ability. I'm going to go ahead and give my buddy Cyrus a shout out because, hey, 69 lives, got to get it in while I can. Because he commented in my last video that not only did I do it for Tanuki, but I also had 69 lives at one point where I was commenting about lives. So there's your little shout out, Cyrus. But not 69 for very long, because we're going to head right up to 75 now. Certainly can't complain about that. And oh my god, the Hammer Brothers wouldn't stop moving there. I know you couldn't see them or hear them, but off screen, every once in a while you get where the Hammer Brothers just get caught in a loop. They're all trying to move, and they keep trying to move into the same space or something, so they just continually run into each other. Let's see what we got down here. Regular leaf, not bad. So, World 4 has two fortresses, and they're both interesting in that they have kind of side areas that are optional. Come here, Thwomp. Bam! That's how you do it. I'm not sure if you can statue stomp the Hotfoots. I kind of don't want to find out. Oh, what the hey, let's experiment. Oh, I regret that. That's okay, because we weren't going to have that Tanuki suit for very long anyway. You can't statue stomp the dry bones, and I don't believe you can do the boo either. But this little underground area, which is notable for being an underground area with the ghost and the dry bones, is totally optional. And that's kind of a trend in these World 4 fortresses. There are optional areas. I'll show off more in the other one after we get rid of Mr. Boom Boom. We're going to get an end spade that I'm not going to be using before too long here. Let's go ahead and try our luck. Oh my! Don't cock it up! Ah! Oh well. Those 3 lives were critical to our success. So here's why I went back to get a frog suit for World 4-4, and I'm going to show off a little bit here as well, because it's your obligatory water world. But I want to call your attention to this question mark block. I'm actually going to pause for a moment so I don't get a Lakutu in my head while I'm discussing this. This question mark block is slightly different than it is in the NES version. In the NES version, the water goes up a couple of blocks higher, and that allows you to just walk from that question block over to the left and just kind of list down where you can get past this pipe right here. So on the NES version, you can just do that, and you can get down to this area without a frog suit. But for whatever reason, they changed that in the Super Nintendo one. I guess they didn't intend for that to be something you could do. And that is the only reason that I brought a frog suit along, was for this one thing. Come on, Mario. Get all the coins. So it's your little bonus area, and that's what it's for. A bunch of coins. And I think a 1-up right here. Nope, another P-switch. So, that's all that it's down here is a bunch of coins. And for whatever reason, that was deemed to be a frog suit only secret. I don't know where every frog suit only secret is in the game, but I wanted to show off that one. Kinda because I know at least one person is playing along with an NES guide that's going to talk about that trick that I mentioned. So I just saw another pipe here. Is that something else? No, that's just there to troll you. Also, I think this may be the only time you see a Lakutu underwater in many Mario games. But there's at least one person I know that's playing the NES version, so I pointed out that trick just because their guide's going to say that you can do that, and then they're going to say, oh, how come you didn't do that trick? So I cut them off. And now you know. And since we've got the frog power, we might as well have a little fun with it. I'm getting a lot more generic power-ups. I wonder if I can take on this Sledge Brother with the frog suit. Let's see how we go. Bam! That's how you do it. P-Wing. Got a nice collection of P-Wings now. Oh, I have plans for them, don't worry. Oh, this is going to be a star. Oh. No, Mario, what? Don't mess this up. Come on, this has got to be the video where we take on Sledge Brothers with frog suits. It's going to be awesome. Bam! Haha, and then just for bonus points, up here. Yeah, can't mess with me, y'all. Blam! If I had landed on that chest, that would have just been perfect. It would have been like sunglasses. Also, I think we have enough time to do these 2 stages. And there's going to be an end spade before one of them, but of the 2, 4, 5 is the one I know the least, because I usually would take 4, 6 and call it a day. I do know that there's a Tanuki suit hidden in this level. Let's let that guy commit suicide. Oh well. You kind of knew that he wasn't going to keep that frog suit forever. Honestly, I'm surprised that I did so competent with it to begin with. Especially considering that it didn't look like I was going to make it. Is this the level with the homing? It is. Okay. I was going to say the homing bullet bill. Bye-bye! That was a little terrible, Mario. I'm not going to lie. What the hey? I've got a generic leaf we can use. Maybe it would have been better to take the frog into 4-6, but 4-6 is one of my favorite levels. I wanted to do it some justice. I'll explain a little bit about that in a minute. So yeah, this is the homing bullet bill stage. On the NES version, they would glow the color of your player. If you had a Tanuki suit, they would glow green, the brown. If you had a frog suit, they'd be green. Doesn't do that in this version because I guess the palette issue was resolved. But I did always think that was kind of cool. It was like they were homing on your particular character was the way that I interpreted it. And I do know that there's a Tanuki suit hidden somewhere here. I think that they can only change direction once before they will stop tracking you. It's not like they just sit and follow you. So here is a hidden secret. This is the one I was looking for. This is the Tanuki. And then you hit that P switch, and there is a line of coins to guide you. And I'd say to safe ground, but it wasn't entirely safe. It was a little bit treacherous. I think that may be the most bullet bill centric stage we've had so far in the game. And we're going to get that end spade popping up now. Yep. So 4-6 is still left. Let's see how this works. Come on. Booyah, 2 up. Didn't quite match on all the sides, but that's okay. We don't need to do that. So yeah, we'll do 4-6 today and call that a video. This is one of my favorite stages because it's actually kind of 2 stages in one. You see, it's kind of got that World 1-1 generic look to it. Get rid of you. Don't remember exactly where everything is hidden in this stage. But there's a 1-up. I think there's a total of 3 1-ups in this stage. And yes, the giant piranha plant looks really silly in a regular pipe like that. So we'll put him out of his misery. And now you don't have to use those doors. You can go through the stage small. I don't want that. And it plays out like a normal stage, just with giant enemies for some inexplicable reason. But you can use this door, and everything goes into small. And what's cool about this is that it's actually like it's a different level now. See, there's no 1-up in that block. Not because we got it, but because this is a different version of the level. See, like there's no power-up in that block. And there's kind of that hidden duality to it. Like, this is the kind of stuff that they would use in ghost houses in Mario World. Oh, that was terrible. That's the Let's Player's curse. You're talking and playing, and you do something slightly off. There's 1-up number 2, which I'm not going to get because of terribleness. And there's at least one more 1-up hidden in the stage somewhere, I believe. But again, if you were in the normal size version of the stage, there would not be a 1-up there. It would just be coins. So we'll go ahead and take this door again. So that's why this is one of my favorite stages in Mario 3. And it's kind of an underrated stage. I'm just kind of going to check for one more 1-up, I think. Your brother stole my... Oh! That shell was big enough it could hit me there. Okay, nothing there. Oh, I'm running out of time. Well, that's what I get for gushing about my stage so much. But well-deserved, I think. It's kind of a minor gimmick that I think works really well for this stage. And they don't sit and overdo it. And at one point I had all the little all the little tricks to where everything was memorized, but obviously not anymore. But that's okay. I'm sure that there's something in the last section here, too. And I've got a little more time that I don't have to worry about the time limit as much anymore, so I can kind of explore a little bit here. Like... And maybe there's not. Maybe I'm just misremembering and there's just the two. I forgot about that guy, though. So that's 4-6. That's my favorite stage in Mario 3. And I know people are going to say, well, what about 5-3? And that stage has a very good reason to be memorable, but I think this one is still my personal favorite. But that's been most of World 4, so I think that's a good stopping point. So until next time, this has been Red Silvers. Have a good night.